So now I'm driving to the house, I'm commuting to the house, and it's got me thinking, you know, we all go through life. We all have obstacles that we face. We all have mountains that we have to climb. Sometimes the mountains, it seems like it's more than a mountain. It's kind of like we have a big boulder, a big rock that instead of facing that mountain, we have to push that boulder off the mountain. And it's even harder than the actual mountain that we got to face. Sometimes it's just real hard. Some of the stuff that we go through in life. You know, each day we have a decision that we have to make. Sometimes we have big choices in life. We all face these different situations in this world. You know, your situation may be different than mine. Your life may be a whole lot different than mine. My life might be way easier than your life. You know, it's according to how you was raised. You know, what house you was raised in, what community you was raised in. You know, all of us have a story to tell, but it's how we get through it. That's what makes us stronger. When we get through it and we can say that, you know, we overcome all those obstacles. That's what makes us stronger. And that's what makes us tough. And that's what makes us almost like we have thick skin to get through this world. No matter what road we go down in life, no matter what obstacle we face, no matter how big that mountain is, do you know what's waiting right there with us? Do you know what is carrying us through that road? Do you know what is pushing us through that obstacle? It's Jesus. I don't know if you believe in Jesus. I don't know what your faith is, but I'm telling you, no matter what road you go down, there is Jesus. No matter what obstacle you face, there is Jesus. No matter how big that mountain is, there is Jesus. And when you do face that mountain and you overcome it, but yet there is a huge boulder, a huge rock right there in front of you that you gotta push. You gotta physically push off that mountain. Guess what? There is Jesus. When you make those tough decisions in your life and you don't know which way to go, and you choose to have your own decision, you choose to do it by yourself, guess what? There is Jesus. He is always there to save us. So if you are going through life on your own and you don't know Jesus, I'm telling you, there is Jesus. All you gotta do is just look for him. He is right there. It's us that takes the road away from God. We go the opposite way. But yet when things get tough, we cry, we reach out to him. But even though we do venture off on our own, there he is. He is always there with us, I'm telling you. No matter what happens in our life, I'm telling you, he is right there. Listen, if you are listening to this podcast and you do not know Jesus and your world is just messed up, it can be fixed. I'm telling you, it can be fixed. You got to start believing in yourself, but you have got to find Jesus. You have got to have a little talk with Jesus. He is right there. If you don't believe in him, you know what? If you don't believe in him, then just take a chance. I'm just asking you right now. If you don't believe in Jesus, take a chance and pray and ask him. Say, Jesus, God, I don't know Jesus. Please help me to know Jesus. I don't know which way to go, but I know the road that I'm on right now is going down a wrong path. that's going to a dead end. I need something that's going to save me. Jesus is the answer, I'm telling you. So if you don't believe in God, even if you are an atheist, listen to this podcast. And I'm telling you, I know a lot of atheists that don't believe in God, and they actually know more about God than Christians know about God. Sometimes I ask myself, like, why do they even care to know about God? Why do they care to know about Jesus when they don't believe in Jesus? But most of them know a lot about the Bible. But I'm telling you, if you are an atheist, I'm not here to argue with you. You believe in what you believe in. But Jesus has the power to answer all your questions. He can take a Saul and make it into a Paul, I'm telling you. The Bible tells us that. So no matter what path that you are taking right now, think about this. Think about this. Right now I am on a highway driving to the house. I'm commuting to the house on the highway. This highway is paved. It's a good road, and I'm going straight to the house. This road has been paved for me. So think about this. God paves the road for us. It's already paved. It's already mapped out for us. All we got to do is believe in Him, believe in Jesus Christ, and the road's going to be paved to Him. It will not be easy. The road that we take to God will not be easy. When you become a Christian, it's not going to be easy. But the road is paved for us. It leads straight to God. It leads straight to Jesus. So we need to take that road. And you know what? Like I said, the paved road that we travel down, there is Jesus. Now listen to this. Some of us choose to go down a dirt road. That dirt road is not paved. It's got a lot of potholes in it. I know some paved roads have potholes, but listen, the dirt road is not a good road to go down. If you are on vacation and the GPS tells you to take a dirt road in a town that you have never been on, do not take that dirt road. So what I'm trying to tell you is, in life, Jesus is our GPS. He is taking us to God down that paved road. So just like the GPS, if you venture off on a dirt road that you don't need to be on, that's going to take you away from God. That's going to take you away from Jesus. We don't need to go down a dirt road. But listen, in life, we all take the dirt road time to time. And it's going to be a bad dirt road. It's going to be bumpy. When it rains, it's going to be muddy, and you're liable to just go in the ditch. It's not, the dirt road is not wide enough for 2 or 3 cars to go down it at the same time. And listen, but there's some good news. That dirt road always leads back to the paved road. So even though you take that dirt road that leads you away from God, that dirt road can come right back to the paved road. So in life, we need to go down the paved road to God because He has already paved the way. But if you take off down that dirt road in life, you're going down the wrong road. But you have to understand, it will lead you back to the paved road. It will lead you back to God. So it's okay, but you need to find your way. So right now, if you are on that paved road and you think everything is going fine, you still need Jesus. I'm telling you, you still need Jesus. That's why I'm a Christian. That's why I'm a sinner, because I know I need Jesus. I'm not perfect. So if you are on that dirt road, it could be really bad that you're going down a dirt road, but you need to know that you can always find your way back to Jesus. Just call on Him and He will be right there with us. So listen, like I said, every situation that we're in, Every situation that we go through in life, there is Jesus. When we go down that paved road in life that I just explained, there is Jesus. When you take that dirt road in life that leads you away from Jesus, guess what? At the end of it, it leads you back to the paved road, and there is Jesus. What I'm trying to tell you is, it's not easy in this life. If you caught up working all the time, like I do, I just work all the time. My company, the company that I work for, just works us all the time. And I do a lot of commuting, so it kind of stresses me out. So, and I can't always be home when my family does stuff, and that stresses me out. But I got a job, and I understand I got stuff I got to do to provide for my family. I understand that. But listen, no matter what, you might be dealing with depression, you might be dealing with anger, you may be dealing with, going through a divorce, you may be going through like you lost a loved one, you may even have COVID and it's bad. But no matter what situation you are in, there is Jesus. We have to invite him into our life. We have to invite him into situations that we are in. Because even though he knows what we're going through, it's up to us to invite him into our situation. So think about this. If you are going fishing and you say, you got a boat and you're going fishing. If you get on that boat and you don't have no fishing poles, what's going to happen? You are not going to catch no fish. Do you understand that? So when you go fishing, what do you carry with you? You carry a fishing pole because you want to catch fish. If you go hunting, the same thing. You need to carry that rifle with you. If you go out of town on vacation, you got to have money. If you don't have money, guess what? You're not going to be able to do anything because you don't have money. So when you go on vacation, you need money. When you go hunting, you need a rifle. When you go fishing, you need a fishing pole. So if you need all that stuff, when you do all those situations, and even like when I'm going to work, when I'm commuting to work, I know I got to have gas. If I don't have gas, I won't make it there. When I go to work, if I don't have my supplies when I go to work, I'm not going to be able to do the stuff. If I don't have my radio, I'm not going to be able to talk and communicate to the yard master or my engineer. So I need those stuff, and without those stuff, I'm not going to be able to complete my task for that day. So in that same sense, why would you go through this world without Jesus? If you know that Jesus can make your life easy, then why would you go through life without him? It's not going to be easy. And just because I pray right now, God, please just fix everything in my life, it's not going to be fixed like a genie. It doesn't work like a genie in a bottle. But pray to him and start right now. Start right now talking to him. I'm telling you, it will fix your life. But you got to start right now. I'm telling you. You have got to start fixing your life. Because no matter what, just like I said, there is Jesus. There is all kind of motivational tools you can use to help you in this life. And I pray that my motivational messages will help you. God puts this on my heart, so I just want to give it to you. So start right now asking God to be in your life. Because no matter what you're going through, there is Jesus. Thank y'all for listening to my podcast. Check out my other ones. Thank y'all. Have a blessed night. Keep on keeping on. Can't stop, won't stop. Keep on keeping on. Godspeed.